Hi Gemini, and welcome to your March 2019 general reading. So I'm going to pull you an additional guidance card as I shuffle the rest of the deck. You got Blessed card, and one of my favourite cards, number 22, as above so below. So this can represent feeling blessed in any area of your life. I have to say something, Gemini, before I even carry on the reading. It sometimes appears when there's a relationship going on. And the reason why I want to say this is because it's one of these relationships that are hugely blessed by the divine. And I don't make the laws, Gemini, by the way. But these relationships tend to be hugely complex. And I think some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. So one of my favourite cards, and I don't want to even bring a but into it, but if any of you are in a relationship dynamic, which you know is a very blessed relationship, but it's currently in a state of difficulty, that is a blessed card. Very much similar to the Ace of Cups. I call it fierce love. And fierce love sometimes is having to go to those edges that we'd much rather not go down. Hold on, Gemini, there's a card on the floor. So fierce love, as I said, takes us to those corners that we'd rather not go sometimes, okay? Okay, and that's what the Blessed card represents. And I don't quite know what else to say, Gemini, apart from I get you completely. If there's such a thing, and I'm not even going to go into that debate about the twin flame, it's quite often that sort of energy that it talks about, but I'm not a twin flame channel. I do readings for twin flames, but you know, that's another subject altogether. So give me clear-cut messages for the sign of Gemini, please, for the month ahead. So, what's behind you is the Emperor and the Empress. Now that's a bit odd. That's the married couple in the deck, by the way. It's that perfect union between two people. Divine male, divine feminine. That's what the Blessed card is. Oh boy, Gemini, let me carry on. And what you most want is the Wheel of Fortune. 5 of Pentacles as the gift. So very interesting when a 5 shows up as the gift. It means something is boiling underneath. Something's cooking. It can be still about that sense of separation, because the Challenge is the Star card. Yeah. You know already, Gemini, this is going to be for a few of you who are maybe a little bit separate from the person that you love, which is that Blessed card, which is the Empress and Empress. This is not going to relate to everyone. Money, yay! 10 of Pentacles. So there's some very good news coming regarding your money. It's the last, which means there's a cycle you've been working in, which feels like you've been working in it for months, Gemini, is coming to a happy conclusion. Yes, yes, yes. No, oh no, that is relationships. Give me a minute. That appeared as your money card, so I'm going to keep it that way. And relationships are the Hanged Man, which makes perfect sense with the 5 of Pentacles as the gift. Why is it the gift? I'll find out. Soul Life, you've got the Hierophant and the Magician as the outcome. You've got almost identical cards to Aries, by the way. But there's no buts, almost identical. So why is the 5 of Pentacles the gift, please, for Gemini? Give me a minute, guys. Because of the Sun. Ooh. Give me a minute, guys, okay? There's something happening here. because the sun brings life to everything, doesn't it? It's even in our birth chart, it's the center circle that everything moves around, okay? It's our true colours. And this is your gift. And the Five of Pentacles is your gift. Now this is too, it can be about financial problems, by the way, and not feeling enough. But I can't help reading the rest of the reading, because there's people separate from each other because someone's guarding the heart. And then the sun comes along, and the sun, so imagine it's a really hot summer's day and you've got a helmet on, and the sun starts to pour down on you, and you start bit by bit to uncover and take off the layers of protection. There is something happening here, okay? And I think, I cannot help believing, it's mostly around your relationships. There's an unguarding happening. We all become guarded, Gemini, always through all that hurt. I don't want to be hurt like that again. So we build up hurts, they call it samsaras in yoga, okay? And when the sun as a central issue comes along, there's a sense of coming together, a sense of partnership. But the Hanged Man, that is really funny. I'm going to go with how I first read the cards, which being the Hanged Man is still showing up in your relationship house, which is that feeling of, it's like the Ten of Swords. It's a very spiritual card. Thy will be done. So allowing the sun to take control. So when we allow the sun to take control, we do not force people to open up to us. We do not force the circumstances. We allow warmth and life to begin to unravel the process. What a hugely complex reading. Because behind you, and this does not, I can think the top of my head the amount of times I've had the Empress and the Emperor showing up together like that. Because that is the divine male and the divine feminine. And it's the married couple. It's a perfect union, which is what the Blessed card means, okay? Now this is what's behind you, and this is what you're moving into. So what you most want is the Wheel of Fortune, which is, the Wheel of Fortune is about timing. So again, you want things to turn around, you want this 10, you want things to complete themselves, you want your life to go on a upward spiral rather than a downward spiral. In reality, we go between both all the time, Gemini. And what's helping you get that is the sun shining on the Five of Discs. I think for some of you, this is about money and work, money and relationships, because the Ten of Discs in the relationship hat, sorry guys, I'm getting a little bit confused. In the money house would talk about good news around projects. Some of you might have been, its traditional meaning is inheritance, okay? But an inheritance really is something that's been worked for, that's passed down. It's about money that's been given to us. It's definitely a very, very good omen around your finances. The challenge is the Star card. So why is the Star card a challenge here? Because the Six of Pentacles, okay? This is a relationship reading, Gemma. There's nothing I can do but the cards that I got. Yeah. As soon as I seen the Blessed card, I knew it was going to be a relationship reading, okay? The Six of Pentacles and the Star card as a challenge would mean getting into a mutual dialogue and conversation and being in a state of transparency and openness and vulnerability is a challenge. But really the key is to allow the sun to do the work. So if someone's blocked from you, they're not opening up. When we allow the sun, we're literally allowing the divine to cast a spell on them. So when the divine casts a spell, it's creating warmth, and warmth is what lowers our defences. Yeah? It makes us drop our guard. Now, I'm not saying this is all going to come about overnight because the Hanged Man is showing up. But I think there's going to be small steps taken towards reconciliation, towards healing, and towards an openness between you and another person. Hierophant at a soul position, okay? Why is the Hierophant at a soul position? Knight of Pentacles, okay? I'm going to read this a little bit differently. This can be a bit earth sign. This is a Taurus, this is an earth sign person. What it's saying at a real deep core level here, there's a very, very slow growth process. It also means someone is coming towards you, Gemini, or vice versa, but in a very, very, very slow way. We fall into trouble when we think nothing's happening, and that's when we start to try and force results. So we try and rip someone's defences down. That is not what's happening here. There's a slow opening up. And when I say slow, I mean very, very slow. And I think it's particularly to do with a relationship. For some of you, it's also to do with money because of the 10 and the 6. Because the 6 of Pentacles is about mutuality, but it can be about the flow of income. Yeah? So maybe some of you, this is still a little bit of a challenge. You're waiting on this 10. Okay? And for some of you, it's a challenge because you're waiting on someone to open up more to you. There's a feeling of you or someone else very much keeping your guard up. And when the Blessed card shows up, it's always the same energy for me. And as I say, I'm not a twin flame channel, but probably that Blessed card, of any card at all, would be the card that represents a relationship bond that can't really be prevented, but quite often comes with a lot of challenges. Your outcome is the Magician. The Magician is, again, the 4 aces. It's about accessing an awful lot of power in order to manifest new beginnings. Yeah? So why the Magician? The 6 of Cups. Again, this is the card of reconciliation. It's very, very much like the Sun card, because it's impossible for someone to stay guarded from you, Gemini. If there's beautiful sunshine, if there's this beautiful energy of innocence, so not forcing change. It's very much the energy of allowing. Whatever needs to be unfolded, to unfold. That's what's going on at a soul position as well. So there's almost a sense of don't work too hard for this situation to resolve itself, but allow the sun to take care of it. It's almost like a flower, and when the conditions are right, this flower naturally blooms. And use the Magician for different energy, resolving. Give me a minute. How can the Magician be used for sorting out material things, for sorting out life purpose, life path? But we don't use the Magician to force results around other people, that's when we use cards like the Sun and the Six of Cups, which is really about the quality of our soul. It's about innocence, and it's about love that doesn't really have an agenda, because it's based on higher qualities. So how can you, oh God, the Magicians with the Two of Cups. You know what, you're my second reading, and both readings were hugely complex, and I don't know if it's me or it's just what I'm picking up today. We just had to full moon, so I'm a bit like, I mean, this is a relationship. There's definitely monetary issues going on, about maybe the flow of finances is still a little bit of a challenge. Yeah, and you're having to wait a little bit. But this is predominantly a relationship reading. If this was my relationship reading, I would get out of my whole way and I'd allow the sun to do its work. I would stand back and I would be in my grace. I'd be in whatever you want to call it, the divine feminine, and I would allow the other person to go through what they need to go through. And a lot of people don't like that message, and there's nothing I can do about it. Give me one, yeah, look, you'll never believe the card you pulled. I said, give me an advice card for Gemini. And you got the Eight of Pentacles. Working on your pentacles, it's always a solution. Yeah? And this isn't about turning your back and shutting someone out. It's about saying, I cannot control the path of this relationship. I can shine, but what I can control is my craft, my pentacles, and that's what your advice is here. Oh my gosh, Gemini, I'm so... I know this reading's for a few people watching, and when we get readings like that, I always say, just send love, send good vibes, because I tell you what, Gemini, it comes back to you multiplied. Love you lots, and I'll speak to you later. Bye.